Don in London. Hello, Don in London, August 12, 2009, and the last 24 hours have been a bit challenging on the software programming and computer front. Windows updates weren't working properly, and in order to make it all work again, I had to completely reinstall the operating system. So I'm stripped down to bare bones at the moment when it comes to programs, and making do with what is until I know how to put things right. And there have been numerous updates, dozens and dozens of them. So I know when I put on the Internet Explorer and check Windows Update, highly likely there's more to come, and I need to reload all my programs too. So that's a bit about me and my last 24 hours. But these videos all about recovery and addiction to substance and behaviour, and how to stop it and stay stopped. And the gift for me in recovery, one day at a time, is we get to live and experience life. So my attitude about my computer is not to throw it out the window, not to wish I could buy another one, because I can't, not to try and make it do what I want it to do, but let me find out what it can do. And it's a bit like being in recovery, or recovering my computer software system. So my life regained one day at a time. And what helps me is family, community and society, professional people, and also a fellowship called AA, or Alcoholics Anonymous. And I found that the only way to live life these days is to make sure I stay sober first. So if I put sober first, I have a chance at the rest of life to make life work emotionally, spiritually and physically. So I was just reflecting with my mother, who reminded me it's the 12th of August, so we can all go out and shoot a few grouse if we live on the moors in Scotland, or wherever grouse happen to be. And, you know, someone else is 3 years sober, and I cannot name them here, but I'm so pleased they are. And I was so pleased to be at a meeting of AA last night, where I heard genuine experience, strength and hope, truth about now, how to be honest, open and willing to change. And it's progress, not perfection. And there's a bit about that in the readings, which I'll share in a little moment. What's working for me right now is patience and tolerance and acceptance. So all the tools in the toolkit, if you like, of recovery for me are working. And sometimes they work well in a day, and sometimes they work less well, because I may not be up to par or up to what is going on around me. So fellowship first for me, sobriety, and then I can be involved in what's going on in family, be included rather than excluded, stop isolating, get out there and be a part of life, to be included and have something useful to do, and those criteria are met. So my life has improved greatly since I stopped drinking, and from one day 24 hours drinking to no drinking was a bit of a shock to the system. So it's taken a bit of a time to find my feet, and AA helps me. And I do not speak for AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. It's full of unique, authentic people getting on with their lives and sharing their experience, strength and hope where they feel most comfortable. And I do these videos to help me to reflect and I suppose meditate about what is good for me, and to share this message about a fellowship which helps me. And AA is not the only way. So if you have a drink problem or a drug problem or an addiction to substance problem, what I've found is find help, try and get support, try not to do it on our own, because if we try to do it on our own, self-will will fail. We become self-obsessed, we can't think of anything else. So these days, a little bit of self-maintenance and repair, to let life happen and be a part of it, rather than trying to bend it into something which it can't become, normally the way I want it for me. So I'm included, and I get choices based on reality. So AA, what's it all about? It's a fellowship, not an organisation, not there to fix you, and this is the statement said at the beginning of every meeting. And I emphasise, I do not speak for AA, but I can share my experience, strength and hope of what is, and take it from there. So the statement: Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution. Does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. So, a desire to stop drinking and a primary purpose to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. So that's the main reason I do these videos. And thank you again for the emails of support. And also thank you for challenging me when you feel I might be infringing on traditions. And the gift of the program is, and the fellowship, it's a movable feast. It's moving along through time. And the way it develops or self-develops is through group consciences, the meetings that we have all over the world. And there are tens of thousands of them, and there's 720 meetings in London, I am led to believe, currently. So there is much we can do to recover, and the books I use here, As Bill Sees It, offers a multitude of pages. We can read as many as we like on a daily basis until we feel a little bit better about our situation, and that's on purely a daily basis. And Daily Reflections, this one, is all about the 12 steps of change for individuals, about change of attitudes and behaviour. So August is all about step 8, which is making a list of people we have harmed and being willing to make amends to them. Or rather, it's to make the list and be willing. It doesn't say go out and do it straight away. We need to take our time and to know why we're doing things. So we always check out where we are with other people and see whether it's a good idea or an idea which is best shelved and left for another day. So Daily Reflections today, it says, a look backward, August 12th. First we take a look backward and try to discover where we have been at fault. Next we make a vigorous attempt to repair the damage we have done. As a traveller on a fresh and exciting AA journey of recovery, I experienced a newfound peace of mind, and the horizon appeared clear and bright, rather than obscure and dim. Reviewing my life to discover where I had been at fault seemed to be such an arduous and dangerous task. It was painful to pause and look backward. I was afraid I might stumble. Couldn't I put the past out of my mind and just live in my new golden present? I realised that those in the past whom I had harmed stood between me and my desire to continue my movement towards serenity. I had to ask for courage to face those persons from my life who still lived in my conscience, to recognise and deal with the guilt that their presence produced in me. I had to look at the damage I had done and become willing to make amends. Only then could my journey of the spirit resume. And the gift for me in that, I haven't got time for As Bill Sees It just now, but the gift is, if we are willing to make the amends and make the list, we are looking at our part in what happened. And it's not about trying to get our point of view across to another person. It's simply making a list of possible amends and then discussing how we impacted in those times in the past, so we can start with a clear balance sheet at some stage and work and make progress. After all, we're not perfect. And the gift of this program is our emotional well-being is improved, our spiritual connection to now, this very one moment of now, mind, body and breath in the moment, is more often than not. So we learn just gently how to be ourselves. And the 12-step program, it all works in one day if we choose to find a way to make it work. So we have to work hard at recovery. It's not easy, especially when your computer breaks down completely. So, serenity, the serenity prayer to God or good conscience or whatever it is you understand. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to sort out your computer just for today